Not much. They're 9-2, and I think I know for sure they played Grandview, and that was a close ball game. A pretty good football team. They're ranked 12 or 13. So, but we'll get the film here, and we'll kind of go through that and that sort of thing, and prepare for this team like we prepare for any team. So, but really excited for the opportunity. I think it's kind of exciting when you get to play somebody you don't usually play. And this is definitely the case here. It's not a team that we're used to playing, not a team we've played a lot, obviously. So, so definitely excited for the challenge and the opportunity.
Well, say you don't know much about this team, but just talk about like a little bit about how your strengths, how you believe before you look at film, how you believe your strengths align with theirs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know much about them, but I do know we have a really good football team. I know we're going to prepare really well, like we do every single week, and you're going to see it out on Saturday. We're going to have a good product out there on Saturday. I mean, this is the postseason. You play those 10 regular season games, and you get the conference championship to get home field advantage in the playoffs. So, we're really excited for the challenge and the opportunity. Really looking forward to it Saturday. So
how much better does it feel to be able to open up at home?
It's nice. We have a pretty good winning record here at home. It's obviously with travel and everything, you have teams that are having to travel, especially teams that like this that are out west. They have to, 10, 12-hour bus rides over, so they might have to leave on Thursday and that sort of thing. So when you don't have to worry about travel and you just worry about your game plan, what you do week in and week out with your practice schedule, your itinerary, it's pretty key. So I mean that's what you play so hard in the regular season, and obviously to get a conference championship, but have playoff home field advantage. So that's certainly something we've done. But now it's time to put that aside, and it's a new season, like Coach talked about, and we're excited for this new opportunity in front of us. So.
Yeah. So tell me, obviously you guys are undefeated. So tell me some of the things you're struggling with earlier in the year that you're doing a little bit better. You feel more confident about now.
Yeah, I mean, I think defensively we're playing really, really well, playing really good football. I think offensively we've gotten, I think as the year's gone on, our run game has gotten better and better and more diverse and that sort of thing. And obviously you're going to need that in the playoffs. You always need to have a strong running game in the playoffs, and that opens up everything offensively for the pass game as well. So, the last couple of years we've really used that balance well in the postseason, and it's worked out for us. So to be able to run the football very effectively and then have a good pass game, play action game, that sort of thing off of that is something we definitely pride ourselves offensively. So, and it's something you need going in the postseason, when you have inclement weather and that sort of thing. So, like I said, we're just really excited. I think we're going to continue to get better. Last year, we came off a bye after the regular season, and offensively, we came out really hot that week, that round one. So, hopefully, we do a little bit of the same here, and just kind of build off that momentum week in and week out. That's what it really takes to kind of peak here in the postseason. So.
Right. So you've been going at this for a while. So talk about some of the things that you do to prepare yourself for a playoff season game. I mean, a playoff game as opposed to a regular season game. Is there anything better?
Not really. I mean, you want to prepare every game. Luckily, with our schedule, we play a lot of really good teams. So this isn't, this isn't something to where we come in the postseason and we're playing somebody just, extremely better than what we've been facing already. So, you got to prepare pretty much the same way, and with it being a different opponent and that sort of thing, it's always kind of nice, especially offensively with scheme and that sort of thing. But preparation is key. I mean, we talk about it. We go at it tonight, and then we'll go Monday and then practice on Tuesday. So. You prepare for it the same way you do any game really in the postseason. So you don't want to change anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So.
And then as you were sitting here, waiting to hear the matchup, what was running through your mind?
I just kind of wondering who we're going to play. There are a few teams in my head that possibly we could play. But really just kind of seeing how everything would shake out in the bracket. I don't know much about some of those teams, but I do know their record and who they've played, and we were familiar with those teams. So, so pretty pleased with our draw, and I know we're going to look at the film and prepare like we always do. But really just kind of wondering who we're going to get. Had 4 or 5 teams that we were kind of looking at possibly getting, and so we got one of those. So.
Nice. What was when the pairing first came up on the screen? What was your first thought, your first reaction?
Well, I initially thought, I thought that we were going to get Sterling, Kansas, and they're playing Morningside, I believe. So I initially thought we were going to get them, and we got Benedictine. That was my second one I thought we were going to get. So, pretty much something that we kind of expected, something we kind of looked at and that sort of thing ahead of time. But really wasn't too surprised. Kind of you run through scenarios and that sort of thing with these polls. So they have a method, and we're kind of running through that method. We kind of knew, but kind of knew a few possibilities that we could get. But just excited, want to go get the film and start chopping it up. So
nice.
Yep.
And just lastly, what's this mean to you?
I mean, it's crucial. I mean, this for us, for our senior class. I mean, obviously you got to take it week by week. You have 4 games left, and you got to approach every week the same that you've approached all season. And we would obviously like to go out as champions, obviously, our senior class. And to do that, though, you got to take it every week at a time, every approach at a time. You got to fight through adversity. We went through it last season, in situations where we're down double figures and that sort of thing. You got to climb your way out. So just know it's not going to be easy, no matter what, no matter who you're playing. This is the postseason. These are all good teams. So no matter what, though, you have to play your game, play Cougar football, and prepare. And at the end of the day, go out there and make plays, and we'll be just fine. So.
Just got video, so I haven't looked at it yet. Know they're a good football team. I know they got a great football coach, but never played them. So it'll be a first.
Right. So how do you believe what you know about your team? How do you believe your strengths align up against theirs?
I don't know anything about them yet, other than that they're 9-2. Good league. They've lost to 2 good football teams. I believe in our kids. The only thing I know are statistical information, that they've got 46 quarterback sacks, so they obviously bring a lot of pressure. So.
When you go up against a team you're unfamiliar with, can that be a good way to start a postseason? Not because you're not familiar with them, you're going to have your players' attention and everything else.
I think it is. I think it's exciting, and it's a challenge to play somebody new the first time. So, yeah, I wasn't in the locker room when the guys saw it. Were you?
Yeah.
How did they react? You tell me.
They were pretty happy,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they're excited.
You've spent the whole season with a target on you as the #1 team, defending champions, so the pressure can't get any more, right? You guys are used to dealing with everybody giving you the best.
Yeah, and they will. I mean, playoff time, you expect that. Everybody's got to be ready to go. We anticipate their best game, and we've got to be ready to give ours.
Did this week off allow your team to really benefit?
Yeah, we were a little banged up. We only put pads on once this week, so it was very beneficial. Got some guys healed up, should be ready to go on Tuesday.
Your team has got a number of senior players that were part of the run last year. How much of a benefit is that to have leadership like that?
Well, that's absolutely critical. I mean, if you got somebody that's been there and knows how to do it, they're going to share it with the younger ones. So, I understand that this is a senior loaded ball club too, but they have not been in the playoffs for a couple of years. So, again, I know they're well coached and good university, so it'll be a good ball game.
Are you doing anything different to prepare, or how are you guys going to prepare
Same thing.
for this?
Not rocket science.
Well, can you talk about? Go ahead. You have something. Can you talk about the benefits of opening up at home? How does that make you feel? I'm sure it's a lot better than going on the road for this game.
Well, if you look at previous playoff games, I think about over 80% of playoff games in NAIA football, the home team is the winner. So it's an advantage. It's tough jumping on a bus, and I think they've got a little over a 9-hour trip, so that's a factor. See, Concordia has to go to Reinhardt. That's a 2-day trip. That's a long one. I'm shocked to see that one.
When you saw the matchups, what was your very first thought?
Well, we were the first one up there, so I was just anxious to see who we were going to play. I said, oh, all right, got me a nickname. Finally got one. I was guessing.
So, well, just one last question for me, at least. What do you think is some of the things that your team struggled with at the beginning of the year that you're doing a little bit better now and makes you confident going into the postseason?
We didn't struggle.
Well, I mean, you're 11-0. I mean, you're always, the goal is to get better week to week. So,
Yeah, I mean, you got to continue day to day to progress. The main issues we had is we've been banged up. We've had both receivers out from first weekend in October, and had got one of them back last week. Haven't had the other one back, but should have in round one. So healing up is just one thing that's really important this time of year.
And then what's this mean to you? I see there's a bunch of 2016 stuff, and you're the number one going into this. So what's this mean?
It means we want to do it again. There's only very few teams that have ever repeated back-to-back in the history of college football. So I know our guys, they want to claim their little piece of college football history.